Hey guys, LollyMad or COD5 SIMP is my channel name, and I'm going to be starting a series for a tutorial on how to get started on scripting pawn and basically starting up a SIMP server. Well, first off, you need to get the development kit, which is from SIMP.com. So let's just go there right now. Then on the right, it will have a downloads thing. And we don't want to download the client because that's to play the game. You want to download the Windows server, or if on Linux, you have to download that. I'm going to download this. And then you can either open it and extract it to a folder, or you can save it and then do it from there. I already got mine, and mine is over here on a desktop in my folder called SAMP, and this is what mine looks like. Alright, so when you first open up the folder, you're gonna see a couple folders. The one we're gonna start off with right now is the folder called Pana, and that is where your compiler and your text editor is gonna be for specifically making SIMP scripts. So open it up, and inside here is gonna be a folder for includes, which I don't know. Oh, yeah. You have two include folders. I don't know why that's in here, but this is your include folder. This is where you can put extra scripts, which you can include inside your regular script to get more stuff people can post on the community forums, and you can include it in. And you want to open up this file to open up the text editor, so I'm gonna click the pawn off thing. I have Windows 7, so this might come up for you. Press yes. And when you come in, everything will be blank. You want to go to File, New, Control N, or you can press this thing, which I do. So right here, we have a blank script. And now I will go in more depth. Well, before we even start scripting, I just wanted to say that this, like, scripting is universal. Like, if you know something, you can know something else. Like, it'll come easier to you. Like, my first thing I ever learned was this. It was Pon, which is the Pano is the editor, and Pon is the type of language that we're learning right now. And I learned this first, and then after I stopped playing, I decided I want to make websites. So I went and I started to script a PHP, which is website design. And since I knew this, a lot of stuff are the same, and they use the same type of, like stuff. So it was a little easier. So this is easy. When you first open up the thing, you're gonna see this. This is a comment, and on comment if you want to write a filter script. So I'm just gonna go with the comment thing. If you want to write a comments don't get compiled. When you save this and you're using it as the final product, this isn't going to be counted. So if you want to do a comment, you type 2 slashes, and all that green won't be counted for. So right here, define filter script on comment that to write a filter script. A filter script is basically an add-on to your game. A game mode is the game itself. I'm just gonna keep that for now. So include, that is including the main file. That's right here, and I'm just gonna go for the publics first. On filter script, initiate, and it means initiate. That means whatever is down here, which is right here, that's going to be initiated. You might be wondering, print. What does print mean? Well, if we go back here, so you start up our SAMP server, all this text, that's what print will print out to the console. So yeah, filter script exit, that's basically when it exited. It's gonna return 1. We don't have anything down here. On game mode initiate, same thing. Request class, that's, we can set that for angles and stuff. When you first join, connect, disconnect, spawn, and etc. Alright, so now I'm gonna start off with a few functions that is very basic. It's something you're gonna be using a lot, so I might as well tell you now. So, on player connect. On player connect, like these publics, a public is basically like where a function is gonna go. This is already default. It's already here, so you don't need to define it again. And if I was gonna do nothing, if I deleted this, I would have to do that on player connect. Then player ID turn on. Then inside the player ID spot, that's basically what a perimeter is, and you're gonna learn about that later. So yes. Alright. So we're gonna make when a player joins the server, it's gonna send text to him that says welcome to my server, and it is going to count how many players are in the server. So to send a message, we're going to have to type this function: send client message player ID color, and color codes. If we go here and we see colorpicker.com, right here, you pick a color. I feel like doing blue, so if it's up a color, we take this. You take this. You add OX to the front, then put caps on, FF. Done. Then you put parentheses, that starts a string text, and you put welcome to my server, and parenthesis, and quote, and parenthesis, semicolon. That semicolon, notice how every line has an end of it, has the semicolon at the end. You need to put a semicolon at the end to end a command or function. And if I can find this, every function in SAMP is going to be over here. And if you find this right here, and we press it, send current function message, and we look at the bottom, it'll say all the parameters you need to have. Player ID, right there. Color, you put the color. Const message, and it's a 2 little brackets over there, right there. That means it's a string. Alright, so now we want to count how many players are in the server. Each time someone comes in, it's going to raise the count. So, considering you know what a variable is, which you learned in pre-algebra probably, or 7th grade. So, at the top of the function, at the top of the script, I mean, you're going to want to define a variable. A variable, to make a variable, you type new, and right next to the new, you put the variable name. So I'm going to name it players connected. Actually, I'm going to make it players connected equals 0. So that's when the script starts. It's going to set this variable, it's going to make a variable, and it's going to set it to 0. And the reason why I'm putting it at top is because it's a global variable. A global variable means if I put it on the top, I can use it in this function. I can use it in this one, This one, any function, it will work globally. But say I made a variable in onFilter script initiate new other var. This variable is a local variable. We won't be able to use this variable in any other function except this one. So since we want to count how many players are in the server, we're gonna have to put a variable globally. So after welcome to my server, I wanted to count how many players there are. So obviously, if he connects, it's gonna be +1. Now you can either do one of two things. Wait, what's the variable? You know, players connected. Okay. So we can either do players connected ++, and then to end the function we add a semicolon, which I'd like to do, or we can do players connected plus equals 1, which would add 1, and this will add 1. So it really doesn't matter. I just prefer using ++. So I'm just gonna keep that as a comment so you guys know. Now we wanted to show the people how many players were in the server at the moment. So we're gonna have to do something else. As you can see, this is a number. I didn't tell you about strings and variables, strings and integers yet. Right here, this is an integer variable. If I was going to make it a string though, I would add this, or any number in here that isn't too high. What this basically is inside this, over here in this box, that's the cell value, and that says how much, basically, since it's using for string, that's how much characters, or the text, the letters can fit inside here. So we're saying right here we're gonna have a max of 128 characters, but we don't want that right now. So we're gonna do just like I said right there. We're gonna make a string variable. Right, wait, I'm gonna name the name string, and now I'm also gonna make it 128. I don't recommend doing something more than 128 unless it's gonna be more than 128. And then we need a format to string to get this integer variable in a string. So we use a thing called format. So we do output. The first parameter is output. You want to output it to string, so you put string. Len, that means length. So we can either put 128 because that's a cell value, or we could do size off, and then open parenthesis, string, close parenthesis, like that. What size off means, it basically gets the cell size of the variable and puts it in a second parameter. So if it's, I guess you don't remember or something like that, and you can't put the cell value, you could just put that size off, which I usually do. And then constant format. This is where it gets a little tricky for the first time